guys, I am Angie with Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat, and I want to share a recipe with you guys. So today I want to be making a spin-off of the traditional Cuban Frituras de Bacalao. Frituras de Bacalao is basically a cod fritter. However, Lou and I, as you may have already known if you've been watching our videos, are doing the keto diet now. So there are many ingredients inside of a cod fritter that we can no longer eat. So this version is going to be modified to be keto friendly. And then two, it's also modified to be fresh cod fillets. Today I am using the cod fillets from Wild Alaskan Company, which they are sponsoring this video. Thank you very much for selecting us to sample your product. Guys, we're not paid to do this. This is entirely our recipes, entirely our opinions, whether we like it or not. Frituras de Bacalao is usually, I don't even know how to explain it. It comes inside of like this bag of already salted or salt cured cod fillets, and they're usually really thin strips. And we, Cubans or anybody else that has made them, has to soak them in water overnight and sometimes even boil it the next day because they're just so salty. In this case, we're not going to have to do that because these are not salted cod fillets. This is fresh cod fillets. So it's going to be completely different, and I'm very excited about that. With that being said, let's get into the ingredients that we're going to be using.
Today we're going to be using 2 cod fillets from Wild Alaskan Company. They're approximately 6 ounces each. In addition, we'll be using half a cup of almond flour, half a cup of pork rinds, and half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, 1 full cup of heavy whipping cream, half an onion, half a garlic head, a bunch of fresh parsley, and all of that will be fried inside of 4 ladles of lard. Not pictured here, we will also be seasoning this to taste with garlic powder, onion powder, pink Himalayan salt, and black pepper.
So let's get this party started and start by grinding down the pork rinds. So we want about half a cup of grounded pork rinds. The finer it is, the better, which is why I don't recommend just crushing it. To the pork rinds, we're going to go ahead and add half a cup of almond flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to give the dry ingredients a good mix. Now that we've got all of our dry ingredients in, we want to flavor it. Definitely want to season all layers of this fritter. So I'm adding some onion powder, I'm adding some garlic powder, I'm adding some pink Himalayan salt, and I'm adding a little black pepper. Let's give this dry mixture a good stir. Alright, so next up we are actually going to chop up some onion and garlic. I'm going to use more than likely about half of a small yellow onion and about a quarter of a whole garlic clove. I'm going to do a rough chop on the cutting board, but then I'm going to run it through the food processor just so that it's a bit more fine.
Okay, so now that my onions and garlic are roughly chopped, I'm gonna go ahead and toss them into the food processor just to break them down to be a lot more fine.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put those onions and garlic inside of this bowl. And so this bowl is where everyone is gonna come and have a big old party together. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and open up our cod fillets from Wild Alaskan Company and start breaking them down.
So pretty, so firm. Now that I've got my cod fillets broken down into chunks, I'm basically just gonna shred them and add this meat into the bowl with the onions and the garlic.
Now that the cod is completely shredded, I am going to go ahead and wash my hands because I need to touch my seasoning bottles one more time to give it another layer of flavor. So let me go wash these little hands. Alright, these hands are nice and clean. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use some garlic powder, some onion powder, some pink Himalayan salt, and a little dash of black pepper. I'm going to get my hands all dirty because I'm going to stick them in here and mix all of this up. Alright, time to wash these hands again. Grab a backup board and let's chop up some of this parsley.
We're going to add the parsley to our mixture. Let's move into our wet ingredients, shall we? Let's do a cup of heavy whipping cream, one egg, and let's give this a good stir.
So now that we have all of our wet ingredients and the filet mixed in together, let's go ahead and mix in the dry ingredients, which was the almond flour, the pork rinds, and the baking powder. And once again, we're going to have to get our hands dirty. And just like massaging it in, getting everything well blended and coated. This is definitely one of those fritters, more meat than breading. Don't you just hate it when you go somewhere and order a fritter or a croquette and it's like all pure bread? Well, just a little bit of meat. Not this one. This is loaded with meat and fresh fillets. Alright, I'm going to give my hands another little rinse and start getting ready to start frying these babies. Alright, it is time to turn on the stove and time to throw some lard in the frying pan. So we want enough lard in here that it's going to be about an inch high. You definitely want it to coat the fritters at least halfway, up. You definitely want to have a splatter guard handy If you don't have one, go check out Dollar Tree. They sell them. Do you hear the sizzling? So that means the oil is hot. What I'm going to do is the same spoon that I scooped out the lard. I'm going to go ahead and scoop out little bits of the fritters. Have the temperature set to medium high. I'm going to put a splatter guard on and just let it sit for a few minutes up until you see it browning around the edges, and then I'll flip them. The smell is absolutely amazing already. Like, it's incredible how delicious this smells. So, just a little tip. Set aside a plate and paper towels so that when you take them out of the oil, it would soak up all excessive oil, and I would just lay them right here. It is definitely time to flip these babies. There's going to be little bits and pieces that have broken off. You want to remove those because they will splatter and burn you. Let's get a spoon and put it in my hand and create these little pockets of flat. That is it. I've got these frying at a temperature of medium. I'm going to let it set for probably 3 to 5 minutes. You'll start seeing all the edges starting to brown. Then I'll flip them around. Let that sit in there for another few minutes, and then we'll be ready to take them out. Alright, I'm about to turn this off, take them out, line them on my paper towel lined plate. I like that they're toasty on the top, on each edge, but you can actually feel that they're pretty tender on the inside. It's going to be nice and soft. And let's go ahead and sprinkle these babies with some pink salt to finish them off. Now that we've got the frituras de bacalao all fried up, I'm going to do a quick wash of these cutting boards because I'm going to need it to chop up a salad because we will be serving these with a little side salad and avocado for dinner. I'll show you the finished product once I'm done with these dishes.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's like out of a magazine. It's colorful and bright, and I can't wait to get a crunchy bite of it.
Alright, well I'm actually going to take a bite right out of the frituras first before
Yeah, that's where I'm
anything
going.
else.
I'm going there too.
I want to taste how they came out.
Ooh, that's good.
When I was frying it, I was like, I felt it. When I was turning, I'm like, it's nice and crispy on the outside, but I can feel the give in the middle.
You know what I like about it?
So I knew it was going to be soft.
It reminds you of a crab cake.
Mmm. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, cheers.
Hmm.
It's a great,
Low carb beer.
it's a great bacalao fritters.
Fritura de bacalao. Mmm. This is a good beer.
That's really
It's
good.
the first time we tried it.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that.
I'll put the macros of not only the food but the beer, but I think it was like 2.6.
It's
Carbs?
Superior Light USDA Organic Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Organic Light Lager.
Oh, yeah.
2.5 carbs
Mhm.
and 85 calories, and it's 12 ounces.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Totally keto friendly.
Yeah.
To go along with our delicious.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Oh man, it's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, my
Can you
dog.
guys see that? I mean, I already took a bite out of it, but
Huh.
can you see that? See how beautiful it is? It's like out of a magazine. It's beautiful and tasty. Wow. That is so good.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not our grandma's style of
Mm.
fritura de bacalao.
Oh, definitely.
Would you be able to tell that?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have that briny, salty flavor.
No.
What do you think about
It's
the batter?
just completely different. It's more sophisticated. It's like, you know, very fancy crab cake.
But it's not crab, it's cod.
Exactly. Yeah, the flavor is not crabby, but the crunchiness, the soft inside, all that has that fancy restaurant crab cake. Which I guess is a matter of verbiage,
Mm-hmm.
because a crab cake can be a fritter.
Right.
Kind
True.
of, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about the batter? Would you be able to tell that it's keto?
No. Mm-mm. It's a very like soft batter. Kind of reminds me a little bit of tempura.
That's interesting.
It's airy.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I think the combination of the pork rinds with the almond flour gave it that airy feel.
It's awesome.
I'm not sure I showed. No, because I didn't take a bite out of it.
Really good. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. concern is that maybe 4 isn't enough.
There's 2 more on top of the stove.
Yes.
So we ended up getting 4, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 out of them. And then a whole bunch of little crumbs that kind of broke off with the first batch that I put to the side because I knew that you would end up munching on those little crumbs.
It's so good. The presentation and the taste and then the different textures, it really feels like it's restaurant quality.
That's a nice compliment, baby. Thank you.
You know, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'd be
because if it
kind.
didn't come out good, we wouldn't be posting it.
I'd be kind about it, you know. I'd be like, okay, you know, it wasn't great, but this is the good part about it. But it was really good.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video here while we finish our meal. If you like this recipe, if you like my style of cooking,
I do.
please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. For now, we have a lot of South Florida stuff coming along, but very soon we're going to be in the RV, just traveling and showing those videos.
I need more good stuff like this.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing more cooking videos.
If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for a notification. Make sure you get, you know, all the latest recipes. Don't miss out. Don't be that person.
Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. How do I know it's recording? How do I know the GoPro's recording? Just didn't answer me. Wait, almost dropped it. Jesus Christ.